the role of a manager as far as like people hear manager a lot, but from a business standpoint, like, what does that look like as far as making sure the contracts is straight and making sure like you actually can get paid the percentage that you got to get paid? And what's the responsibilities that you have to do? Like all that type of stuff.
The manager is everything, man. Like I have to tell you, like people nowadays, like it looks bigger, and like back then, everyone just wanted the manager to be a quiet guy in the corner, and I was far from it. Like I'm making all these moves. I'm doing all of these different things. I'm putting all of this stuff together, brand deals. If the artist has a high, you're providing and pushing that high. If the artist has a low, you have to make the high again to make him feel better. From brand deals, from dealing with the record labels, from dealing with music, this, that. There's nothing that a manager doesn't do in an artist's career. Today, the manager is the label. Mm-hmm. Like, yes, you have record labels and that, but tell me the last time a record label really broke a big record. Like, the manager has to go on the street and has to push everything. He has to do everything from the street to the boardroom to brands to you name it. Like, as a manager, I did every corner of it. Like, I went from the streets of making a record big on the streets to making a record big in the boardroom to making a record big on the radio. You have to deal with so much things. Like, a manager is what did I hear someone tell me? It's like the most thankless job. It's the most thankless job in the music business because no one comes and tells you thank you, man. No one says, thank you, great manager, thank you. Like, you've been a great manager, or thank you very much. It's just a thankless job that you don't really get thanked for, but you work your fucking butt off non-stop for. It's like, it's something that, like I said, man, being a manager is how Don Londres and how I started my own brand from making all these brands big. I remember this guy wasn't even 25 yet, and I was in a board meeting with Bud Light and Anheuser-Busch, and I'm telling them, this guy's been drinking Bud Light since before he was meant to drink Bud Light. And I'm like, one day he's gonna have his face on the can. They looked at me and all laughed. 2, 3, 4 years later, he had his face on the can of a Bud Light.
Super Bowl commercial.
Super Bowl commercials, this, that. Yeah. I saw all of that before. You have to be a visionary to be a manager. I saw stadiums. I saw so much. Like you said, it's an all-round job that is a thankless job, but at the same time, when it pops off, it can really work. But this is like a piece of advice, like, make sure as a manager you have your paperwork. Make sure you get in your shavings, because it's like a barber. I used to tell everybody, like, I'm like a barber. I'm just here collecting the shavings. They make all the big money. You're just here collecting the shavings. And if you make the artist big enough, your shavings get bigger. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And another piece of advice for managers out there, and I couldn't tell this on any other platform better than Earn Your Leisure, make sure that you got your sunset, man. Make sure you if you don't know what the sunset is, or managers out there that's running around with artists, or managers that are doing what they're doing or believe in something, make sure your paperwork's correct, and make sure you're looking at that sunset, man. And if you don't know what it is, I gave you something to go Google today. Go look up and make sure you got that sunset, bro, because that sunset is everything.
Sunset as far as the exit when you leaving?
Sunset clause.
What's the sunset clause?
The sunset clause is in the paperwork. Like, suppose the artist gets so big and so huge, and then what happens today when people get in people's ears, or this person's whispering, that person's whispering, or whatever happens, you just put in all that work and you just walk away like a dog with his tail between his legs? No. Make sure that you got that sunset clause in your contracts. All of you out there, is very important because it's the only thing that you have will give you a leg to stand on in the future and show your hard work.
So that lets you still get paid after you leave?
Correct.
For like a certain amount of time?
Correct. Whatever you had in the contract, correct.
Wow. So that's good information. I'm looking at this, right?
Never told anyone that before. And I can't believe I even just said that.
don't worry.
Sitting over there is like, wow, I can't believe he's talking like this. But this is real. I need to help my brothers and sisters to actually know what you're getting into when you're doing this stuff. Like he said, did people look at me crazy? I made the biggest white artist of today. I remember sitting down with Jimmy Iovine and Post, and he's like, no, Post, not your Dre, my Dre. I'm like sitting there like, wow. Jimmy Iovine is saying, not your Dre, my Dre. And I'm like, hold on, I did what Dr. Dre did with Eminem. I did the same equivalent. Okay, Eminem might rap, but it's the same thing. Being a black guy and making the top 5 white artists in the world, like, is a huge, huge thing, because what I look like, a lot of people didn't want me in those rooms, bro.
You did something that his Dre, well, not even his Dre, Dr. Dre
Yeah.
didn't do, and that's put out multiple diamond records.
Yes.
I think at the time, is he number 1 for most diamond singles?
Yeah.
He's number 1, right? All-time diamond singles.
Yes, Sunflower with Sway Lee was the one.
The most streamed song of all time.
Yeah,
that just happened like last month.
Went out the window. Like, I put that deal together with Sony Pictures.
For Spider-Man.
Yeah, because it's called Spider-Verse, but to me it was Spider-Man. And that was the first time I watched big money. That was the first time, like you asked what does a manager do? That was the first time I got a chance to use the marketing money of a movie to move a record.